Oh, does a nation that hates and uses violence to get their way deserve to exist in the free world now?
Well, you can't kill an idea. That's what I do know.
You can kill a nation.
You can kill people, but you can't kill an
Right.
idea.
You can kill a nation. There are a bunch of nations that went extinct over the decades.
And
Whatever they
Marxism is
thought,
still here.
whatever they thought was gone or put in books.
And Marxism is still here.
That's true. But
Can't kill an
was
idea.
Russia wiped out? I'm talking about civilizations that were just completely decimated and wiped out, like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Like
Gone.
pacifist tribes.
Pardon?
Like pacifist tribes.
Not pacifist tribes. Even if they were
'Cause
warring tribes,
they
they
get
got
wiped out.
yeah. Well, not disagreeing with that, but there are tribes that are warfare and they lost.
Well, some tribes don't believe in warfare, and they always lose.
Agreed.
Those are the pacifist ones. There's a few, if you heard them over the history, like there's times where they've encountered people and it didn't go well for them.
If you don't have an army, you don't know how to fight. If you don't know how to fight, you can't win.
Well, some people think fighting is wrong.
And those people generally die out.
Yeah, but they're good. This is the old Machiavelli line, you know.
Which one?
I will find it because I don't want to butcher it.
I don't want to butcher it.
Yeah, man, it's a really good one.
Come on,
It's kind
see
of
some
my.
orbs.
Oh my god, here you go.
When I get upset, when I get mad, what's that line? When I get angry. No, you won't like me when I'm angry.
Hulk angry shit.
Yeah. What was that line that says, don't get me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
It said with the pacifist tribes and stuff, right? It says in a world ruled by wolves, the sheep who prides himself on goodness will not survive. He will be devoured while wondering why virtue was not enough.
Mm-hmm. There's three kinds of people out there. There's the sheep,
Sheepdog.
the wolves, and the sheepdog.
Yeah.
Choose wisely.
Yeah. I heard a Shakespeare line recently said, hell is empty and all of them are here. I was like, dang, that's pretty cool.
Someone said to me,
I said, but by this logic, though, you would say then that heaven is also empty and the angels are here.
I think it says in the good book that both the devil and angels travel to and fro the earth to heaven.
I don't know. There's a line I said recently that I wrote said, good and evil.
There's a line that you read that you wrote.
No, sorry. A line that I wrote. Well, I did read it once I wrote it.
You're too much. There's this book I read. I wrote it, but
yeah, well, both things can be true.
Mm-hmm.
But it said, good and evil come from the same place within you.
I disagree with that.
But you're
I
human.
get good voices in my head, and I get bad voices in my head. I don't. But
you're human, and this is like the realization people have when they realize that, not that they are, but like they are Hitler as well as Jesus. They're like both of these things that are inside of you.
I can disagree with that.
Good and evil come from the same place.
I can disagree with that too.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
You're saying good and evil comes from us.
Yes, I've seen evil come from people, and I've seen good come from people.
I have too.
Because it comes from the same place.
I disagree. I think there's a bad side, and I think there's a good side. Who you listen to.
Okay, so the good side and the bad side are both within us, though, right?
No, the good side. Let's say there's a heaven and hell.
Because you can make choices. You can make choices. You can make.
Do you believe there's a heaven and hell? Do you believe there's angels and demons?
The first one, no. The second one,
there is no heaven and hell.
No.
Okay, so you think when we die, there's nothing?
No, I don't believe that either.
Okay, then what is there?
I believe, if you really want to get into it, that our job is to create heaven on earth.
But when we leave,
Do we leave?
yes, we do.
I don't know that's true.
Have you ever? So, are you going to
I've
tell
gotten to
me?
this.
Are you going to tell me I'm going to tell you there's a place called St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay, been there.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you been to Detroit, Michigan?
No, that's like the only
Okay.
place I've been to. I'm surprised you picked that one.
Detroit, Michigan. So I can tell you about this town of Detroit. Are you going to believe me?
I'll take your word for it. I say
Why?
it was the science thing. Trust but verify.
Right. So why would you believe me?
Uh, because well, I'm not gonna necessarily believe you, but I will trust you because I don't have evidence to the contrary. I'm a weird person in this way though, because I kind of just let people extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So I kind of
And
let
you
people
and
say
you
the
believe
outrageous
them
thing.
until you can't disprove them.
Well, they made the claim.
Right.
Anybody
They
want
made the
to
claim. So, but
anybody want to disprove it? All right.
right.
Well, until further notice, that's the case.
You haven't been there. So it's true until when?
Until further notice, that's the case.
Till someone disproves it, right? I want to know when it's true till.
What do you mean?
So
I
if
didn't say
if
it
I
was
make a
true.
statement, there's a Detroit, Michigan, I've
I
been
didn't
there.
say it was true, and I didn't say I believed it. I said that
You said you
until.
believed it. You said I believe it until otherwise. I want to know
Well, I mean,
when
that's the
it's.
case. Make the claim. If nobody can deny it or whatever, then we'll go with that until further notice.
So it's true until further notice.
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess. I don't know about true. True is a kind of a hell of a leap.
Well, you're saying you believe it's true.
I believe it could be true, and
I
if
believe
anybody
it's
has
true
any evidence to the
until proven
contrary,
not.
could be
Till the
true is
contrary.
probably better.
What?
Could be true is probably better.
Could be true. It's probably better. But what if someone shows you pictures and it tells you about this place and tells you
Well,
all
that's
about
pictures
it?
from a place. How do I know it's that place?
Okay. Well, they say it's
Especially if I
Detroit.
don't know the
Let's say
place.
there's no pictures, but 50 people describe this town to you, and they're all 100% accurate.
So, well, that's you're claiming that it's accurate. I don't know that it's accurate.
Well, if 50 people have never met before and they've said they've been to this town and they say
Okay.
all the same thing, the streets are made of gold, looks like diamonds are the buildings, more colors than you can imagine, and there's people running around the town, and most people, the majority of people are dressed in white linen and they're translucent spirits. Say all of them say the same thing.
Okay.
So would you add more belief to that or less belief to that?
Absolutely not more belief.
But 100 people are saying the same thing?
When they say in individuals, madness is rare. In groups, it's the norm. They flutter away, guy.
No, you are a tough logistics person.
I
Logic.
don't, dude. I'm not gonna listen to the mob over somebody. Dude, I value your word over the fucking mob every day.
Well, what if? Oh, there you go. What if 50 people said they've been to Detroit and they said there's a Renaissance Center there? I said there's no Renaissance Center there.
And this is
You'd
where we
believe
step into
me,
the. I believe that you believe it to be true. But that doesn't mean that it's true.
right? But wouldn't you take more people's opinion? So
Negative.
how do we prove facts on history? Anything over 200 years ago?
You don't really.
You
I
kind
know
of
a bunch
got.
of people that don't believe anything is secondhand.
So there was no George Washington.
They said if you didn't experience it, it's a fable.
So there was no George Washington.
It's not my belief, but that there's an argument to be had for that.
What's your belief on it? There's no George Washington.
Oh, there was George. I believe in history
Well,
to a
you
point.
don't believe in history because
I believe in history
if
to a
you've
point.
seen it,
But
you don't believe it.
I know people like this. And there's actually a growing number of them.
That there's no George Washington.
No, that secondhand information is not fact.
So George Washington is all secondhand fact.
Well, it's secondhand information to them.
Right. So it's not true.
That's what they think.
What about you?
I would think George was real.
Well, why though?
Why? Because I believe some history.
Why do you believe
Why do I believe some history?
that? Mhm.
Because I think there's some people that are actually trying to tell the truth.
How do you distinguish the ones that are telling the truth from the ones that aren't telling the truth? That's what I'm
You
trying to
can't.
get to.
You can't.
Well, how would you distinguish? Well, you believe George Washington existed.
Until further evidence that he was not real. He's real.
How? What kind of evidence would you believe to be true that he wasn't real?
I have no idea.
See, that's what I'm saying.
You're stepping into a world of can't know.
you're not being consistent with it.
You're
So
stepping into a world of can't know. Well, it's not my world exactly, but it
I'm
is the
just worried
line
about
of
your world, not somebody else's. I'm not
well,
asking what the world thinks because the world has criteria on proving historical fact. So Genghis Khan, President Washington, Lincoln. I think Lincoln had pictures. I'm not sure. Washington, any historical figure from before 200-300 years ago. They
kind of.
they prove it by writings, right? How many writings did George Washington have?
See this?
In the science authority.
In the
There's
sciences,
no
the
word.
authority of thousands of opinions is not worth as much as the one tiny spark of reason in an individual man. Fuck the mob, my guy.
Oh Jesus! I don't even know what to say.
And that's Galileo. I mean, you can argue with him.
Oh, Galileo
You
is
can argue with
that is the
him
most
too, I guess.
ridiculous
But
thing. Most ridiculous
Galileo's
thing I've ever heard.
ridiculous now. Oh boy,
Yeah, that statement. That statement.
I completely believe that.
One madman could outprove 100 good sane people.
One reasonable man, he says.
How would you know he's reasonable? Define reasonable.
That's not the scenario. If it's a given, say you have a reasonable man that weighs more than a mob of people saying the opposite.
Yeah, I disagree. A mob of people, a mob of sane people, outweighs the needs of the many outweigh the few.
The needs of the many. So for the greater good is what you're saying there.
So the greater good is understanding, right?
The greater good is a perspective word. Because everybody has a different idea of what's good. As you see on the world today, turn on the TV.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. And I'm not saying mob rules. I'm saying sane mobs rule.
No such thing.
I disagree. Ugh, completely
Yeah.
disagree.
You think
Yeah,
a sane mob exists?
absolutely.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I don't know if I know anybody that believes that.
A
I think
sane mob would be would you
a
believe
mob by definition might be insane.
would you say that a local police force is a mob?
No,
Would you say that
no,
the U.S. military could be considered a mob?
no.
What's the definition of a mob? A bunch of people getting together.
Chaos.
Here. Hey Siri, what's the definition of a mob?
As a noun, mob means a large crowd of people, especially one that is disorderly and intent on causing trouble or violence. Do you want to hear the remaining one?
Yes.
As a verb, it means crowd around someone in an unruly and excitable way in order to admire or attack them.
Oh, attack. Great.
Admire or attack.
Yeah.
And they have the next one says mafia, so I'm not gonna go any further on that.
Yeah. Getting further away from the
A mob I thought mentions a bunch of people, but the way they make it sound is that
No, that's a group.
that's a group. A Groupon. What a Groupon of people.
Yeah.
Dude, if I get a lot of orbs in this room, I'm gonna freak out.
Yeah, well, you ain't been freaked out before, so
Yeah, it'd be the first time.
No, you've only just begun.
I've only just begun.
Uh-huh.
What is that? It sounds like police radio. You pithy Jedi.
That's a message on my phone.
Uh, so what does your shirt say?
My shirt?
Mhm.
It's a Maryland shirt.
What's Maryland? The state?
What is Maryland?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a state.
What are you wearing a Maryland in Florida for?
Homage.
To the state of Maryland. Are you
The
from
homeland.
Maryland? Is that where
Exactly.
you're from?
Yep.
Nice. That's like me wearing a Michigan shirt,
Exactly.
which you won't see.
Well, why?
Too cold.
That's a terrible reason not to.
Oh, it's a great reason. You have to experience a Michigan winter. You have to
Terrible
experience
reason
the
not to.
cold, the brutal cold.
So you abandon all of the people in Michigan and your culture
No,
and
I love all the
everything
people
else
there. I
because of
love
the
all the
weather?
people, and I go visit them in August.
Yeah.
See, it's not the people, the temperature. Maryland's cold too. Why don't you go there in February?
Okay. Please?
Yeah,
Please?
yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, videotape it. You'll be going there. Oh, I can't do this no more. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Get you some. Ready?
No, you got Chinese rating. Madness or rare individual?
Madness is rare in individuals, but in groups, parties, nation, and ages, it is the rule.
Oh, without
Hey.
order, yes.
So right. So right. That's not me. It's not me.
Galileo. Who was that again?
This is Nietzsche.
Yeah, Nietzsche says a lot of good stuff, and Nietzsche says a lot of bad stuff.
Just like every human that's lived.
I would say Jordan. So Jordan Peterson, what percent do you think is good, and what percent do you think is bad?
Well, I'll tell you like this, because I said this to somebody yesterday, and I believe this for years, but I think Jordan Peterson could have saved the world by now if he wasn't so worried about religion.
He's not. I disagree. His
I know
curiosity.
you do. I know you
I think
do.
his curiosity with religion is
It's a waste of time. I agree.
not a waste of time.
A waste.
It's an interesting
of time.
concept.
It's a
Well, you got to
waste
think
of
about it.
time.
His concepts of religion is what solidified the moral value of society nowadays. The Ten Commandments is a Jewish. Listen to this: 10 Commandments is a Jewish, a Muslim, and a Christian canon.
Well, so is the golden rule. So what?
Well, that's cool. Does the golden rule apply to everybody?
Everybody who lives.
Not everybody has gold.
Does the law of attraction apply to everybody?
Everybody uses it.
So then we're saying the same thing.
So does the 10 Commandments apply to everybody?
No.
No.
No. There's plenty of people who operate otherwise.
Okay. Well, I would disagree. I think I think the majority of societies follow those rules if they're written different.
Well, majority and everybody are two very different words.
There are a small majority of psychopath, indigenous.
But I kind of feel that everybody
Societies.
abides by the law of attraction. You know, not that you become who you are. What am I trying to say here? You know, what you put out in the universe is what you get back. That is undeniable.
Karma.
Like you could call it that, I guess, but
Is that the law of attraction? Is karma?
these are probably synonyms in meanings, but I doubt they're the same thing.
I think the law of attraction. Yeah, well, when do you know that the law of attraction was first talked about?
Hermes.
What do you say?
Hermes Trismegistus.
What year?
He's a mythical Greek guy. Nobody even knows if he's real.
Hermes?
Yeah, he
Well, if he's a
wrote
mythical Greek god, then odds
he
are
wrote he wrote the Hermetic Principles. I can't remember. Like the Kabbalion is based on the Hermetic principles. Much of life is based on the Hermetic principles. The as above, so below is the most famous one.
I'd have to read that.
Yeah, I've been trying to tell you about these things. You're stuck in the Bible, though. Like it's the only damn book that
Bible's a
humans
good
have
book.
made.
Before it was the only book.
What? There was books before the Bible, I'm sure.
What I
Or
mean,
maybe that's just what they want you to think.
well, what I mean by let me rephrase that. 66 books written over 1500 years by 40 authors.
Okay, I'll tell you this. Socrates lived 500 years before Christ.
Mm-hmm.
They were writing
How
shit
much?
then.
Right, I agree with that. How much was written about Socrates?
Well, he did zero writing, but there was much writing of him. Did you know that he didn't do any writing?
I thought Socrates was it Plato or Socrates? I thought Plato wrote about Socrates,
Plato was a student of Socrates.
but he was the writer.
Well, he was one of them. He had a bunch of them that followed him around.
Okay.
He would teach. It was kind of more of an oral thing for the older heads, right?
Well, that was how you pass on traditions back in the day.
Yeah, but then they started writing shit, and Socrates had Plato and a bunch of other guys.
Someone said Socrates didn't exist. It was Plato's made-up character.
Well, there's a lot of actual Socrates' lines that are things that are attributed to Socrates, and some of the stuff I think Plato did fuck with, and some of the stuff you don't even know if it's real. But
I wonder
in the
I
end,
wonder if anybody did like the Council of Nicaea and just tried to verify the stuff that Socrates
you
said.
can't. You can't. That's the thing I was telling you about the secondhand shit. It's like, okay, maybe until somebody can prove better otherwise. But either way, nobody is around today that was around then. So how the hell can you?
Do you think that? So yeah, there's historians out there that do historical facts.
You
Has
think
anybody
that
ever?
the Socrates days are factually checkable?
Yeah, there. Well, you can
Really?
with a reasonable skepticism. Yes, absolutely.
Well, that's not fact then. That's because if there's doubt, then it's not fact, right? This is the whole belief thing all over again.
Well, it's historical fact
But
versus
I can give you one. I'll fish for it. A historical fact. What?
historical fact. They deem it a historical fact if they have so many writings for it and no writings against.
That's kind of what I said, though. It's like it stands until somebody can tear it down. Well, nobody can tear it down. Well, that doesn't mean it's true. That just means it's what we think is true.
Well, you can consider it historical fact.
You could consider it historical presumption.
Fact. So I think they proved a fact by finding this event. I keep forgetting the event. It's a war.
The battle of something. You've talked about it
Yeah,
a
the
number of
battle of
times.
something. Yeah, and that's considered historical fact. President Washington, considered historical fact. Lewis and Clark, considered historical fact. What's her Pontchartrain? Pocahontas, considered historical fact.
Yeah.
Right? You can that's what I'm trying to say is you can consider it historical fact with enough writings and no proof against it.
I think this is the real prize that nobody
jeez, you
really
scare me,
talks
boy.
about. And this is mine, but it's seconded by some others. So it says this is Alex Hormozy line. You know Alex Hormozy?
Yep.
He said what I've been saying for years, but he said it in pretty eloquent way. So he said most people cannot separate information from source. So what we do is we seek out good sources. I think wisdom is built from being able to separate information from source. A fool can give you a very wise piece of wisdom or information or lesson. And I think he's dead on. I said, such an underrated point that I've tried to make before, but coming from someone people listen to should be more impactful, proving this point. This could also be a scenario when someone gives you health advice, but they're fat. The advice could still be valid. When someone tells you a truth, even if it's something they don't uphold well themselves, can still be a truth. I battle and I battle and I battle with people on this. And you know what I've learned is that he says most people struggle to separate information from source. I completely agree. And what I've learned is that most people don't struggle. They just can't fucking do it.
Oh my God, you're too much.
If you couldn't figure out for yourself, right? And someone told you that when you boil water, it steams, but you couldn't figure it out for yourself, you would, well, I guess you'd have to figure it out for yourself. But point being, the person who said it is irrelevant. If it's true or not is the only thing that's relevant.
I can't disagree with that. Like you said, a fat person can give you good advice on dieting.
I
even though
wrote
he
that.
doesn't take the
Yeah,
advice.
I wrote that again on X. I think today I said a fat person telling you should stick to a diet and exercise is still good advice. But people can't do this because they think that's the person that, or that's the person that, and they get stuck in this person thing. And what is oh, this is perfect. I'm gonna find this one. Oh yeah,
Separating
watch this shit.
separating people
Oh
from source.
yeah, this is so perfect for this one. So he says, strong minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, and weak minds discuss people.
That's one of my favorite lines from Socrates.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of them, dude. He's so good. So good. He is the Jesus Christ of philosophy, you know. But
Don't disagree with you.
but this right here, right? Separating information from source. It's kind of like I do with the ideas thing that I try to carve up. If the idea can stand on its own, then it can survive. If not, kill it. But
If an idea can stand on itself,
people always try to use the reputation of somebody to validate a point instead of assess the information itself. And it's so annoying.
agreed.
That's so annoying, dude.
Agreed.
Because this is what they try to use as reason. I'm like, this is not fucking reason. What are you doing? It's bias is what it is, really.
I don't disagree.
Man, that's so tough, though. That's so tough.
I've been going down a rabbit hole on immunizations.
Immunizations?
Mm-hmm.
Like vaccines and shit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a nasty one, dude. I'll give you one on it. Did you know that they say that the polio vaccine might not have even been what finished getting rid of polio?
Ooh, I saw something today that proves your point 1,000,000%.
And they suggest that it was already going away, and that the
Yes.
vaccine was. You're catching
Yes.
on. You're catching on. But
I
they
saw the
suggest,
video on that.
and they suggested it hurt children more because they were smaller. So they said it
Mhm.
was a gut thing, and because they were smaller and their back and their gut were close, that it was easy to spread, and that's why it got children more. Yes, so there's a whole case to be made. Do immunizations even work?
I'm going down that rabbit hole, and I don't know.
It's
the answer to that
disappointing
question.
at the end. I'll tell you that.
It's tough. And then you
Yeah.
compare other countries' immunization versus our immunization, and find out they have less chronic diseases than we do. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, maybe we're making more chemicalized bullshit. I don't know.
Well, I know what the problem is, and I'd love to fix
Hubris
it. I
of
wish I was-
man. The same problem as always.
So the drug companies got exempt from lawsuits for vaccines.
Yeah, that's
Then they just
retarded.
started pushing
That
it.
is so retarded.
That makes zero sense to
You
me.
cannot have that. This is how you get the Sackler
No.
family.
The Sackler family.
There's the ones
What's
that
this?
caused the Oxycontin epidemic that happened a few years back, you know? The pill
No, I didn't
mills
know
and
a
everything
family
else.
did it.
What I'm saying, the Sackler family, they had to pay like $6 trillion because it causes thousands and thousands and thousands of deaths. Which, if you want to trigger me, we'll get on the topic of fucking Alex Jones, who has to pay almost $2 trillion for saying some words.
Alex Jones has to pay $2 trillion.
They bankrupt
have-
him. They did everything. They bankrupt him. The Sandy Hook stuff a while back. They pissed off at him about it because he was like in denial of it or some shit. They said it was in malice. Like, I don't know, but he wasn't making calls to violence, as far as I'm aware. And they fucking made him pay $2 trillion. It was like 1.7. I looked at it the other day because he had an appeal that they didn't even want to hear, and they fucking made him pay like 1.7 trillion. I think it is.
Alex Jones doesn't have $1 trillion.
I understand that, but that's the point they're trying to make. And tell me how Alex Jones saying some words, he has to pay trillions. And the Sackler family, who killed thousands, I'll look it up, how many thousands of people these assholes killed. Opioid epidemic. Killed over 450,000 people in the past 2 decades.
What did they do?
Opioid epidemic. The opioid.
They're making opioids.
You're very detached, I think, from this world is the thing. Is that it?
I've never heard of the Sackler families.
Really?
No.
Well, you want to do a dive? There's a fucking dive for you, boy. But yeah, they basically got everybody addicted to pain pills, and everybody's dying.
How'd they get everybody addicted to pain pills?
Because they make pain pills, and they make them addictive, and all that shit.
Oh, they make them addictive.
Yeah, like Oxycontin, like all those, you know.
Do they make them effective or addictive?
Probably both, if I was guessing. Well, I think it might be too. That's like the substance itself is addictive, right? Because when you're jonesing, when you come off of them for 3 days, right, you got the cold sweats and all the shit, right? Which is why most
I've been
people
on a bunch of pain medications in my life because I'm trying to kill myself and never been addicted to them.
Yeah, that's a fortitude thing too, in a way. Like, you're not a person who enjoys them either, probably.
I don't like the feeling of feeling loopy.
Well, this is why you probably not get addicted to it. But a lot of people like sedation, and I could go on sedation for a railing, but basically sedation is avoidance. And how many people avoid their life or try to? Escapism, right?
Oh, that's a very good point.
You know? So if you hate your life, and it's like an alcoholic, basically, same thing. If you hate your life, you're going to try to escape it in some way. And if you could do it in a bottle, you're doing a bottle. If you're doing a pill, you're doing a pill, whatever the hell your flavor of it is, you know. I'd say this too about the nation that we live in, because we are now a nation of more people smoke weed in America now than drink alcohol.
Yeah, but I'm okay with that.
Well, sedation.
It's not the sedation.
It's absolutely sedation. 100%.
Well, it's taking one poisonous sedation into one non-poisonous sedation.
Less poisonous? Have you looked into the heart? Have you looked into this link between heart disease?
No.
Exactly.
So how many people have weed killed over the last 40 years?
With what?
Weed.
Weed doesn't kill people.
Well, as far as I know, does alcohol kill per year?
But it kills. The alcohol can kill you that night.
But how many people? I know a bunch of people that died of alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, that's
one of my framers died of alcohol poisoning.
That's the thing too. I had alcohol poisoning way back when.
What'd you drink to get to that much?
Yeah, you drink. Yeah, what is what it is. But what about all the people who have the cumulative effect if this heart disease thing is real? How many people will end up in that camp?
Well, talking about blood clots, I heard blood clots are killing more people than anybody right now. And heart specialists are saying that, and a lot of it are contributing to the vaccine.
Yeah. What is that thing?
Blood clot. A friend of one of my partners just had a blood clot, almost died. I got to use the restroom. I'm going to put on pause.
It's not a hemoglobin thing. Something like that, though. Uh-huh.
You guys
Uh-huh.
yeah, there's 2 pictures of you guys.
Uh-huh.
All right, shoot, brother man.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing?
Looking around, I was signing into my YouTube on here because I didn't, I guess, way back when I took it off and didn't do it again. Yeah, but that's like there's a name for it. It's not a hemoglobin thing. It's something with these clots, though. I mean, they got athletes that are just dropping dead randomly. All these people collapsing. And then you think, okay, so oh, this is bad, dude. Because you got the warp speed thing, right? Where they try to put it into overdrive to kind of get a fix for a thing.
What do you mean warp speed?
So when Trump was in the first time, he put in his Operation Warp Speed because COVID was happening. So he tried to get something basically on the double. Because
Mhm.
whenever we make vaccines, it usually takes years and years and years,
10 years, decades.
Yeah. So, but he tried to put something in to where they could just put it in the overdrive and get something hopefully that works.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a terrible way to do things. But
I agree, but in an emergency situation, I disagree with that 100%. I don't. I didn't take the vaccine for that reason only. For that reason, there's no way I'm going to take a vaccine that was just made so speedily and not verified in its traditional ways.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that's the Michigan man in you talking.
How so?